Imagine wanting something so deeply that every morning feels heavier than the last. No laughter filling the house, no tiny footsteps in the dust, just silence, and a question echoing in your heart. God, have you forgotten me? What if your deepest heartbreak was actually the doorway to your destiny? This is the story of Hannah, a woman whose tears shaped the future of a nation. Hannah lived in a time when a woman's worth was often measured by one thing alone, her ability to bear children. She was married to Elkanah, a man who loved her deeply, yet love could not heal the ache she carried. Hannah had no children, and every year the pain was reopened. Elkanah's other wife, Peninnah, had sons and daughters, and she never let Hannah forget it. Her words cut like knives. Her presence was a reminder of everything Hannah lacked. Year after year, when they traveled to worship at Shiloh, Hannah wept. She could barely eat, she barely spoke, and even when Elkanah tried to comfort her, "Am I not better to you than 10 sons?" the emptiness remained. Because some prayers are so personal, no one else can pray them for you. One night at the tabernacle, Hannah could no longer hold it in. She stood before the Lord, and everything she had buried poured out. Her lips moved, but no sound came, only tears. The priest Eli watched her and mistook her pain for drunkenness. But Hannah answered with trembling honesty, "I am a woman with a troubled spirit. I have been pouring out my soul before the Lord." And then, in the deepest act of surrender, she made a vow. "If you give me a son, I will give him back to you all the days of his life." This was not a bargain. This was faith stripped bare. And for the first time in years, Hannah arose with peace in her heart. Time passed, and God remembered Hannah. She conceived and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, because I asked the Lord for him. Every laugh, every breath, every quiet moment holding him, Hannah knew this child was a miracle. But joy came with a cost. She had made a vow. And when Samuel was weaned, she did the unthinkable. She carried her answered prayer back to the house of God and placed him in the Lord's hands, not with resentment, but with worship. Hannah did not leave in silence. She lifted her voice in praise, a song that echoed far beyond her own life. She declared that the Lord lifts the humble, strengthens the weak, and fills the hungry with good things. Her pain had been transformed into prophecy, her sorrow into song. Hannah understood something sacred. God is not late. God is not distant. God is always working, even in the waiting. Samuel would grow to become one of Israel's greatest leaders, a prophet, priest, and judge. He would anoint kings. He would speak the voice of God. And it all began with one woman's prayer whispered through tears. Hannah's faith reminds us that what we surrender to God is never wasted. Sometimes the miracle is bigger than us. Hannah's story teaches us this. Faith doesn't always change circumstances first. It changes the heart. Her tears became her strength. Her vow became her legacy, and her prayer became her song. If this story touched your heart, comment, "I have faith in God." Share this with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe for more stories that remind us that God still hears.